mean a lot to us on Vodafone Healthline. Some of them are getting a little bit too chubby. They should be getting off their seats. That is why on today's episode, we'll be focusing on juvenile diabetes and childhood obesity. We'll also meet a young man all the way in Boko fighting with brain tumor. We will have a bit of jiggy with our fitness guru, and Dr. Folson and Dr. Yali will explain a very popular myth, which even I fell prey to, about hiccups. Remember, this show is proudly brought to you by Vodafone. The future is exciting. Ready? Welcome back. Dr. Folson and Dr. Yali are looking very different today. Hey, I'm loving it though.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Everyone that can rock that pink though. You look nice. I do. Heels.
Heels too much. Heels too much.
Sharp. Well, let's see what's going on our social media regarding our health myths. This one, I told you, it got even me. I have a confession.
I know what it is.
You
Me,
yeah.
Aye.
Oh, me yeah, money bros. More than 10 times. One yeah. In Penyufono. And I won't say, and I got your question. And I didn't pacho a boy.
Thread brain and move some of the kitchen.
Yeah, no catch me say. And to mana, what the children and Nubia no better to Timothy and then to ma threader and Yajuma.
I didn't.
Patron beside one chiramas.
Well,
no, so fun.
When you're just saying Yampa, because me, I didn't bother with Intamabia. I just pick
Use anyone.
Exactly. And it still goes.
I haven't tried it yet, but maybe when my time is, I will probably try it.
Well, but is there any scientific basis for this at all? Maybe some.
From where I stand, I can confidently say that science cannot support it.
Yes, from all
I can confidently say science cannot support this because given what we know brings about hiccups. You know, it's when there's a thing here, your diaphragm. When it's irritated, it begins to move involuntarily.
Okay.
And then, so as to how tying, what style do you tie? I want to know.
No, you just put a thread.
You just put it. You don't even tie it.
I'm only
being serious. I mean, do you tie it here or here? Because you know, with the brain, there are different parts. The temporal. So maybe if you tie it, maybe this side, it will connect to the aqueducts, and then from there, it will go to the spinal cord, and then the hiccups will just stop.
This is a myth that has lasted for centuries.
Come on, I'm trying to learn here too. I mean, let's be honest.
But very much truthfully. So, like you said, hiccups occur when there's involuntary contraction of the diaphragm. Okay. It has nothing to do with whatever is in your hair. We all know that sometimes when you feed too much, the tummy is too full, you're thirsty, things like that might trigger it. And so what it is, especially with children, you want to reduce the incidence by making sure they burp properly after they've fed. You keep them upright for a while, you know, after they've fed. You make sure they are well hydrated. Basic things like that to try and minimize it. When it does occur, however, it's not pathological. It even goes away on its own. Whether
pathological,
sorry, because but say everyone feeling better. For threat to the team and say,
so it's more like a psychological thing for the mother than
anything else. Yes,
yellow thread will be fine. I think yellow very nice.
Yeah, the white.
Dr. Yali did me who fell.
I'll deal with it.
But there's something that people also say, like the grandmothers say, and I know mine told me that the apampem. Apampem can say what
apampem.
Well, it's the vertex.
The vertex.
Yeah,
is
medical.
I didn't know. Apampem, they say it breathes.
Wow.
Like it's softer and all that. And I know mine, even as old as I am, it hurts a little bit when I go to the salon. They kind of press it too hard when they are massaging the scalp.
Oh, okay. Well, yours might be a little bit different. I'm hoping.
I mean, I wouldn't say yes for the children. Yes, maybe it can breathe. But for you, if you're still breathing, maybe you should talk to Dr. Folson.
I probably would.
Yes, since she agrees with you from the beginning, you can hear it. But for me, I'll just laugh it off.
So the baseline is that there's no
No
medical
scientific
evidence, no
basis,
scientific
no.
evidence. Well, thank you very much.
However,
Hey,
if you have, as an adult, not as a child, if you have intractable hiccups lasting 48 hours,
Hey.
some people have for that long.
Okay.
See your doctor.
Okay.
You just end it there.
Okay. All right then. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Aye. Well, Emraso, another story. Some people say that the worst kinds of illness is the type that affects you when you least expect it. All of a sudden. And to make it worse, when you're just about to have that breakthrough or that positive change in your life, it can really be devastating. That's exactly what happened to Abdulaziz.
Ernest wasn't born with the sickness. It was later in life, that was somewhere 2013, when he started having that problem.
2013, that I started feeling symptoms of this kind of health condition.
When the condition started, he didn't have a specific complaint that maybe I'm having a headache or maybe it's leg pain or something. But the only thing he could feel was that whenever he's walking, he will be dangling. He can't walk straight. That was how it started.
In school, when the thing was about to happen, I didn't experience anything. Till I just sleep and wake up one morning and I couldn't walk.
You're the one about.
My name is Abugure. I'm a farmer. I have 15 children. Ernest is the sieve born. It was in the morning, Ernest told me he wasn't well, and it's about 6 years now. When the condition started, that was when he was in school, about to write his exams. His concentration wasn't there, because whenever he ceased to write, he was tearing. So it made the exams writing difficult for him. He suffered through the exams writing for that particular period, so he couldn't even write it well.
We're in our final year mock exam time, so I was being supported by my colleagues, like going to the what they call it, going to the exam hall. My classmates and my friends, they will support me by holding me like the way my brothers will hold me. They hold me that way and send me to class. And then when it comes to me going to the hall or something like, they will go and collect for me. And then gradually, the thing became worse. And I said, to me, I thought that I can't continue being in school with this condition. So I came home.
I sent him to hospital. He didn't get well, and we sent him to a specialist. And that one too, still, it didn't help. We went to Boku Hospital. And in Boku Hospital, they treated him that he's having arthritis that was causing the walking difficulty. And we came home, and he took the treatment all right, but there wasn't changes.
And then Boku Presbyterian Hospital, they referred me to Tamale Teaching Hospital, TTH.
When we were at the Tamale Teaching Hospital, when they diagnosed him of being brain tumor, they said the only means of solving brain tumor was surgery. So they told us the amount we should use for the surgery, which was huge for the family. When I heard of the amount I should pay for the surgery, I was confused. Well, what am I doing so that I could raise this huge amount? They referred us to Kolebu. So we went to Kolebu. When we got there, they also had to do all the tests to really confirm that it was brain tumor.
They diagnosed and said until us the bill that we should pay before the surgery.
We had to pay a figure much higher than what they even told us in Tamale.
I just have in my mind that we can't afford this bill. So like maybe that will also be my destiny, that I will just come to this earth and then go back again, and then go back at the 10th age.
I now told him that I watch Vodafone Healthline on TV, and they help people who are having problems in that nature.
I contacted them through email on the phone. Gratefully, they also responded to me.
So when I heard there are people who are coming to help my son get well, I was very happy. So now that Vodafone has come to our aid, we are much happy. They've relieved us from the burden we're having as to how we raise all that money to do the surgery.
After a successful surgery on me, I would like to continue to pursue my education.
What a beautiful smile from a handsome man. But Doc, Dr. Folson, Dr. Yali.
I mean, that smile does stay with you.
Yes.
And to think that he had accepted a destiny of returning back to the Maker with that smile and all that goodness does do something to me. I'm not sure what it does to you, but it does have an impact. And I'd want to join his family and everyone else to say thank you, Vodafone, for helping us. Now, going to the tumor. He said it's a posterior fossa tumor.
Okay.
Now, the skull, this, as we have it, has various parts. And the posterior fossa is one of them. It's near the base of the skull, somewhere here. So the base of the skull is not necessarily here, it's somewhere here.
Okay.
Down in the middle, sort of here. Yes.
Okay.
Now it's a very small space in itself. It's a really small space. The whole, like we said in the first episode, I think we said the skull was a fixed space, so it couldn't move much. Now this posterior fossa is a small space in the fixed skull. But the thing about it is, it's closely related to the brainstem and the cerebellum.
Those are big ones.
They are big ones, but because of time, I'll take a little bit of it, an overview. Dr. Folson will just come in because we'll just link it to the symptoms that they would present. And if you looked at him well, so he was showing some of the symptoms.
Yeah, shaking,
and then
can't walk
shaking,
straight.
talking.
Talking is funny,
Yes.
but he has good English. His grammar is not bad.
Yes.
It means he was a good student. Yes.
And we hope that after everything is done, he will return to. The key for these things, however, is that we should always know that early detection and intervention is the way to go. Because the longer they stay, the more the effects.
So, Dr. Folson, he said brainstem and something else.
Cerebellum.
Right. So those are big words, but simply these are very important parts of the brain that control important functions.
Okay.
So the brainstem controls most of the functions of life, things like breathing, temperature regulation, things like that. Very, very important. And the cells that control that in your body are found in your brainstem.
Okay.
And then
And where is the brainstem? Can you show us? Like, is the back of the neck?
it's like in the middle of the head. So,
Okay.
so the cerebral hemispheres are big and on the top. And then in the middle of these
Right in the
hemispheres, right down there, going down and then eventually joining up with the spine. is the brainstem. So somewhere in the middle.
So it looks like a broccoli or cauliflower kind of
Yeah,
thing.
or
even cabbage.
The cerebrum is what is the broccoli looking bit.
Okay.
The middle of it where you have the stem, is it the stem you call that thing that
like cabbage.
yeah,
Din,
and
yeah, it looks like
baby.
cabbage with the din.
Exactly. That's where your brainstem would be.
In the middle.
And a little posterior to it is the posterior fossa, a very small area. And posterior to the posterior fossa is the cerebellum.
Wow.
The cerebellum looks like the hemisphere, but it's like a smaller version of it, like a bonsai, sort of. And what the cerebellum does is to control gait and balance, your walking and your ability to maintain your posture. So you can tell from the images that he had problems with his walking, his balance, his speech was, like staggered, explode, that kind of. I don't
like
want to use medical terms, but it is that the makeup of
medical term no say.
Remember, I said make bofa kese. But what shall say? Speech near staccato.
I don't know where no. Can I
staccato?
Good. Now you do school. Now you do
good. All those are telltale signs that there are problems with the cerebellum. There are other things that your doctor will do when you present at the medical facility to assess things we call the cranial nerves. There are 12 of them that control vision, that control smell, that control facial muscles. All of those things can be involved when you have a posterior fossa lesion.
So when you have this lesion or this tumor, as they're simply putting it, and they are doing the surgery, can't they also use their things to touch all these areas you are mentioning and still be in trouble?
Valid point. Very valid point. So the thing with brain tumors, it's like there's a small part of your brain that has a problem. You want to go and reach it. Unfortunately, sometimes, depending on where the tumor is, getting there itself causes problems, leaves a whole track of complications in its way, because you have to destroy vital brain tissues in your way to getting there. So those are things that surgeons would consider when they're trying to determine how to manage this tumor.
Wow.
The size of it, the position of it, where you have to go through to access that tumor and see whether really the risk and the benefit of it is worth doing. Because there's no point going to take out a tumor and leaving a wake of other neurological deficits that make it not worth it. Exactly. So it does require a lot of investigating, a whole team approach to decide what the best way to deal with.
So the fact that they gave Abdul and his family a quote for surgery means that it's operable.
Yes. It means that they've assessed and they can get it out. If not everything, at least a nice chunk of it, so that the pressure effect that we talked about on the previous season does not occur, which is usually what leads to the poor outcomes when the pressure effect.
We did mention
Yes.
So when they try and even say they take 90% out, will he at least walk okay, or you still have this concern in Nancy Kakran?
So there is significant improvement after after the tumor is removed.
Well, I can't wait for that.
Yes.
But we also have to bear in mind that even after removal, he has to. There's a long role of recovery, physiotherapy. We can't tell.
Okay.
We can't tell because you have to retrain all the parts that have forgotten.
Okay.
So
it's possible.
It's possible.
He looks determined.
Yes.
He looks very determined.
Yes.
So, well, once again, we thank Vodafone and we can't wait. We'll be right back. Welcome back. You all bear witness with me that since we started this season of Vodafone Healthline, almost every specialist talks about diabetes. Omo nyina say diabetes. Ebe prime ebe say intention ho so ye. Ebi so akase se ebo modern achercherase. Eno nti e di o se ayoyo. Vodafone Healthline ye di abafu bakwasa aba. Dem le tatahwe ka ho no. Eno ana oye o. Ukọ na hospital diabetes nko ana ye ho adwuma. Otiase ankasa. Our Greater Accra Regional Hospital. Na ye friend Madam Doctor Mrs. We dem nyina ka ho amano. Cecilia Conti Sound. Or say they be a money din nti manka ne obeka kire. But Madam Cecilia amta friend no. Welcome to Vodafone Healthline.
Thank you.
Madam Cici, din manka ne ye wa hu.
Conti Sound.
Wa hu, won so manka ne fe. Fa cheme na Madam Cici. Diabetes. we hear it so often. And it's like, I think that it's as if it's an overused word. We don't take it seriously and all that. So I'm grateful that you are here. But what really is it? Are the doctors right? Do we have a reason to be worried?
Yes, we have a lot of reason to be worried. When we talk about diabetes, it means that there's high blood glucose. And so it means there's a lot of sugar in the blood. And people will come to you and say that, doctor, I actually don't even eat sugar. So how come I have diabetes?
No,
so sugar is from different sources. It doesn't have to be you eating raw sugar. But then when we eat carbohydrates, so carbohydrates, the food group carbohydrates, all of them gets converted into glucose. That glucose must be used by the various body cells for their energy and their activities. So before they get used, your carbohydrate gets used, it has to be broken down into glucose. That glucose will have to go through the bloodstream. When it goes through the bloodstream, there's a hormone that the body produces that is called insulin. And the insulin is from an organ which sits under the stomach and behind it. It's called the pancreas. So that pancreas produces what we call insulin. Insulin acts like a key. So assuming you're going through a door and then you need a key to open that door. So there are keyholes which must be free and be rid of any clogs. So when the key enters that keyhole, then you can open it for the glucose to enter. So before the glucose can move from the bloodstream to the cells, that insulin must come as a key and come and open that door for the glucose to move. Once it moves into the cells, then the cells will use that for energy. So now it means that the glucose has moved from the blood to the cells, and then the blood glucose will come down. So that's what the job the insulin is coming to do.
Mebao, you see a didia starch no. No ne carbohydrates no.
No carbohydrates.
Then one than glucose no. One mo follow e mo nim say last week no ho baby me check glucose as a type of sugar. Madam say me ti aka kire me yo.
No.
Inti no no ye didia na body na break it down. Na dani glucose na akoye moja mu nti ata moja ni mu kosta ma ebe yusu na safo bi ese de bie do no na glucose nyina free moja ni makọ na use na enya energy no.
Very good.
Safo na efe ni insulin
na efe ni insulin
ya ti ase nti anu ni basic anu no nya diabetes
no nti se when to me insulin no either say insulin eni ho and I say wo ho but nti me nya adwuma yi a na say glucose need to move from blood
moja no
na mfa nko cells nim into time ya na tare moja nim tie tare mu a time be measure wo blood sugar no very high e say either say insulin ntumi anya adwuma and say any ho kra e me yes adwuma na ma move from or blood na to wo cells no
into insulin ni ho just as safwani ni ho kra and say safwani ho nso anya adwuma.
Yes.
And not just say your types me no and say me and san e bi ka ho.
But your types ye grouping in 4.
Okay, 4.
Your type 1 I friend first near friend is juvenile diabetes and that's insulin dependent.
Diabetes.
Your friend insulin dependent because no insulin no unfortunately no some BBAC.
Okay.
And we immune system anka wasn't a fight against bacteria and other foreign organisms no and recognize it. Pancreas say a part, some cells in the pancreas.
Okay.
Say a part of it anymore. Until start to say fight against it. Now destroying.
Body now destroy. I didn't ever produce
exactly. It's a destroy now. Now they say and they say it be in the hole.
Okay.
Until no patients only be crying until no here insulin to survive because without the insulin, it won't mean use glucose at all.
Okay.
Until for hormone type 1.
Any type 1. Okay.
Any or type 2.
Okay.
Hormone produce insulin baby. In fact. Say in kaye can say ye fa normal person ni obi a or what type 2 diabetes and insulin the beginning no the obe produce no get do support esin obi a only diabetes na safwano yes but safwano intumi nya adwuma ni ti body ne be try say obe produce more say the be yanka oboa na mana ye adwuma but ekọ a enema bi ti say fats enema akosisi keyholes no safwano kwa intumi nko bie intimi ko bie ntin e wo ho but want me you see I said yes
wow fie so lock ho out of the house
absolutely so untumi nko you see nti no sa na any type 2 no but no usually no even though you were genetics in the American one, but lifestyle a big role, play big role in type 2 diabetes. Okay. No. You were the other type, a third one, a gestational diabetes. Okay. And no, say when you insane, okay. Nin say mono na wunya. Diabetes be the first time we detected when you insane mono, and your friend is a gestational diabetes. Okay. Some of them ever after pregnancy. Other ones, it may not go. And usually, you can say, okay, so in case when you diabetes when you're pregnant, say, oh, yeah, I was say, oh, near test it. Okay. Say, sugar and cough man and cough man. And then after once a year, at your baby's birthday, every birthday, and you remember to check. But not a cordia. Then every birthday, remember to check because even though it will risk so many type 2 diabetes in future, no, it's very high. Once a year, every time your baby is having the birthday, just to, a reminder. No, I check it. Okay. So we check and say a then we can catch it early because sometimes it's a very gradual process. You know, see you hunintema, you be hunena as say you ma, see you catching in 7 year wow. And then there are another group of friend other types, but that one I wouldn't want to go into because they're complicated.
I know now what they are 1 or 2 and now say 4.
No, exactly. Okay. Other types.
Into no bedding type 1, type 2, type 3, and I'm afraid gestation, and a type 4. My two maybe the metuni in a dinner, a camitrim. Can't afford to don't send a war age group be na mutanya and I say it will be out to me type of beer. Okay. And so usually type 1 no a commoner in children. Okay. In Mofano, there are 2 peaks. Usually between age 4 and 7, that's 1 peak. Another age 10 to 14, but commonly you find around from 10 to 14. 4 to 7 is 1 peak. Yeah, 1. I'm waiting to mean time. Yes. And I say, and then 10 to 14 is another peak. But commonly you find around 10, 12, 13 thereabout. Okay. Type 1. No. Yes. The Safwano, I say to me produces Safwano. Because we destroy cells. No type 1. Okay. Type 2, no, it's commonly in middleweight. So usually after 30, so 40 thereabout is the commonest age. 40, 50 is the commonest age. And only because, again, and only a gradual until I started, maybe I started quite a bit 30s thereabout. But then still lifestyle, a producer kakra, a yejuma kakra. It's by the time I am full blown, no. Now if you work with him kakra. Until only a gradual. But type 1 a bar, a year, if it be acute onset. Okay. It was a patient, no, quickly. All of a sudden. Otherwise, well child. Suddenly, who and say, or num so or phone, or num so bebre. Or Junso baby, akoda nanka on Junso wompem. Suddenly the child has started wetting the bed, and then the bed they know you can say worldwide. Say if we are seeing now, say no, nipa 425 million, and the word diabetes. And so if you look at this, yes, into 425 million by 2017. As of 2017, we International Diabetes Federation figures. Okay. And I know what diabetes. Yeah, should be war Africa has seen. You have to go with that. So you can. You call Africa. And Kayenfan is 2017, 16 million. And me interested in South figure with 156%. No? Hey, yeah, estimate say yeah, bro, 100%. Yes, estimate say a bedroom 2045. See, anya who she ne cost the eco na. Yen kwa increase 156%. Look at you, 16% per increase. Wow. Even though the absolute numbers no enka endru on, but ye should be free, but maybe a year. First, no nanka the any man say, Eja yen ananom omoko. So na penya bi kakra di ayanante how many miles yakwa efom yakodo ye a enya kakra di yaba yasan nante back sisi ano me fear me car mo mitine mu to adwumem kotena consulting room show patients enti ye lifestyle assistant enti nanka ni nyina ka ho na ye hu such huge figures yes, Ghana right now, as of 2017 idea figures, over 500,000 people are living, so adult population panel, over 500,000 are living with the disease. Wow. And percentage-wise, if any per 100, 3.6 with disease. They have to talk about it because it's a huge burden. It's a burden who say or diabetes. Okay. It is our diabetes, and who say and because of diabetes, no. Yes. As I said, type 1 they usually hospital because the changes are so massive for phone or numsobebre or junsobebre or bed wetting, all that kind of thing. Sometimes balls every now and again because affect your immune system. No. In fact, omunyina can get boils, but affect your immune system you're here and there. It's usually because wayare
and sometimes it be a baby to say some complications, which is very acute. In type 2, a gradual onset, sometimes some people can have, there's a stage I feel pre-diabetes, before being diabetes, pre-diabetes, which can occur for a while, and some what gross diabetes. Again, and also say when you diabetes now, oh so be ojun so be obi how best way 4 times on a job. So assistant, it wasn't like that before. It's changed. Usually not much of weight loss, but sometimes say very bad that you can get weight loss. And then boils every now and then. Sometimes we say show near the infections every now and again. Blood vision sometimes dear papa, because again glucose na so much say it me called that lens ne so. And I said omo year science kaka was school near be say osmosis. And so free baby concentration ne low ne the high concentration. So glucose na concentrate. So a called that so a draw in so exactly.
Dry.
A chin so balance ni mo na amana ye bc anti blood vision is another one that
a chin so free moja ni mo ba ni no
if mo ye ba ni exactly ntina ma ni in so ne was no do so amana ye bc
na wo besu bia na unsu
be a talent ni I mean there's a part for the lens into time a unsu be na ni bc nti say who sa symptoms we that's about clinic. Me check with sugar. Say fasting. I like to talk about fasting because say can't fasting blood sugar. Sometimes obi oha e can't fasting. O see me did 4 p.m. When it did till 8 o'clock no buy. Why over fasting? Fasting you can't. We want you to stay within 8 hours to 12 hours. And he say doctor the sugar na cost because everyone we did 10 o'clock. But about hospital 8 o'clock, which is 10 hours, and it's still fasting sugar. But almost per se, did 4 o'clock until that's 16 hours. About 12 hours. Now, what your body does is that glucose, a be free will liver more. And your body tries to bring out glucose from the liver because when you're starving, you need to keep to a certain blood glucose level. So your liver will start producing glucose. For you. And when you fast, there are other hormones that will come in to give you more sugar. And at that time, it's over fasting. Exactly, it's a wrong fasting. So we want it to stay until balance of fasting sugar more than 7 by WHO standard. That's all was symptoms. So one test plus symptoms, you have a diagnosis of diabetes. So only symptoms be an say be check up or came to hospital. Doctor say me will say more diabetes and I say me be. By one test, more than 7 fasting blood sugar. Oh no, we can't just diagnose it because come another time and we'll check again. So if you have 2 abnormal tests and you're fasting sugar and sometimes after eating, so what did you within 2 hours, not a sugar near more than 11.1. And also so you beat me a diagnostic 2. And then it be a start here the way you handle glucose initially before it gets on. And see, you have a glucose challenge and see amount glucose over no. How your body exactly. You check it fast and first. Amount glucose one. Near how your body reacts to the glucose. And also so 2 hours later, say more than 11.1. There's another test. Now there's another one called HbA1c. I beat me issue, say more than 6.5%. If you have 2 abnormal tests or 1 abnormal test with symptoms, we can diagnose you with diabetes.
Obi to me it's not if you and more diabetes and as a mini, James Omaba hospital.
So what you fear, obi to me hunsun so say bia now what diabetes, but to me diagnose you who diabetes. Okay. Into which me I say me just open me bia me question say diabetes and diabetes. Okay. Tina waba.
Yo. Na diabetes it me cure na say it me managing no emu de emfa na ekoso.
Unfortunately no cure ni ho, and I know that sometimes we don't want to hear this, but people promise us things that they don't have. And see you because say me call doctor na say cure ni ho until me call baby for what they say ba me cure omo be call obe hu an say chi obeba no na was say bibia, and at that time we can help until no cure ni ho, but the first cure ni ho na nche say until me live a normal life. Okay. So you manage diabetes such that you live a normal life. And it's your diet, it's the exercise, it's what you're eating. And you say, there are foods that are not even though carbohydrates the sugar level is so high. And usually we advise they will tell you when you're so high sugar, this is not such high sugar. So it's good for you, you can eat it. But the whole thing is eat a balanced diet, but balanced diet you should have more vegetables, more fruit, because I don't know, we call something glycemic index. Amount of sugar in a woman is not as much. In sugar doesn't rise up so high, and then so we start with diet and then exercise. Exercise nankasa boa my body need to me use insulin na nanka first buy into me near pono. So exercise it me eat if you need be free ho. Na my insulin na more sensitive. Your normal insulin can now work better when you're exercising. So that's another one. Things like smoking, ubejai, because and not so no you be cardiovascular risk. What can you now bomb diabetes? What the smoking can, what the cholesterol problems, hypertension. Now will risk for getting complications, which we'll talk about in brief. And my complications are very high. And all these are part of lifestyle. There are certain and some so county. Oh, you're diabetic, alcohol no, very occasionally. And because and some
can't say but just there. I know shina na say.
It is a the anu shikrana. Usually say in medical terms, you be an allowable alcohol. We bema 3 units. The annuation 131 unit. Beer small bottle 1 unit. Big bottle 2 units. So allowable. So 3 units for a man, 2 units for a woman.
Me breaking on patches to me more than 3 thoughts.
Yeah, I want to mean more than 3 thoughts. We bema back a day. But we are diabetic. There also all kinds so say. So this is for the normal population. We are diabetic. There also all kinds say. Alcohol nankasa sugar, so we call it empty calories. So there are calories in that alcohol, but it's empty because it doesn't give you
sugar.
Yes, it doesn't give you any it doesn't have any nutritional value. It's going to add on to the calories, any energy now will consume in the sugar and swako even higher. So we cry there, we start 2 na ye kano. Umpo won count. Every occasionally be asema ba kakrabi die yes. Me timi kasema en fakraba.
Nti esi ayati ase na so obi so won se bi wo mpe hospital ko. O ka se bra omba ni sanyoma no. Last episode here last week. Mami here na asemi na na ma ni na try say diabetes. Onu de ne dem ba ko pa na say ka complications na o say eche be ko ho asem.
Nti complications na eka ho. It's not unusual, it's quite common. Ebibia you every now and again and on now you try no crano onya kro baako just say it's a whole big deal. And a crony be ban say be a crony bewu. And last I remember so what we've seen so many patients in the hospital that were bed that 5 months a kro baako then into these are the factors. Again, one complications now if you would teach you una say my can any but if you share slide here if you when in fact what you can working population in developed world diabetes is the #1 cause of blindness.
Wow.
It is a big deal. And for every patient who comes to the hospital first time, so you're type 2 diabetic or say a screening for what we call retinopathy because blood vessels never when in chino diabetes may affecting Emma or sign be I'll be who I cheer or nifra. It's also a screening first time, then once a year. Sometimes I tell my patients, say, oh, Bana see a fear. I do 1 year screening. I say, oh, doctor, this year mean call me screening. You have to remind the doctor because a bit me cause blindness.
Who will be saying? I say, count.
I say, a senior account on the say, periodontal disease, say infections, I was simu kaka near the end. Because immune system also can diabetes no one know. Or your infections I was in so yeah commoner. And then strokes is a bigger is another big thing. Strokes so can
Dr. Bakolo
so stroke is also diabetes is a very big contributor to stroke.
Kidney ne.
Afi akomano we had no heart attacks and heart failures thing na eka ho. Kidney no yes it's a in fact, it's a big challenge. In Chinua, who said, people with diabetes are 2 to 3 times more likely to have cardiovascular disease. Kidney, they are 10 times higher. Yes, it will be only diabetes, will be or diabetes. Or risks of kidney disease near 10 times higher. And in kitchen, air filter, if you never diabetes never affecting sugar no higher. And the higher sugar, the higher your risk of getting these complications. Yen treating ya na fe kidney so failure ho asem
bebre
into me ada said dialysis ni boy den say 100 euros per session 300 euros a week till the end of your life and I said just say I just say I'm a new kidney which is not common to come by. Yes, that's another one.
Say baby so she
yes baby she until we a pregnant woman na say onya diabetes I won't send baby nankasa timinya complication one kasa so timinya complication birth issues say baby ni sododo cesarean section risk, so many things. And then a 9 in the wall. It's every 30 seconds a lower limb is lost. And it's very common. 30 seconds I will be losing in 9 because
you know I count 1, 2, 3, so I could see 30. You should be 9.
Yes, you should be 9. Every 30 seconds a limb is lost because of diabetes.
Wow.
And you know, we limb no you be sure and apart me radio sometimes some catch you say what diabetes I was about down for yeah, because someone nante a bosso. Please, what diabetes I mean nante a bosso. Because one, when nerves are affected, and amount pain, bibi chawa obetia a nerves diabetes na cano. Na fe ye fe bibi so autonomic neuropathy. And also want to mean sweating tin a why dry.
To maintain 50 or 9.
A why dry test that say a cracky. A cracking also so nerves so enche say o ade na eme ya enti wonte. Na fe I started na and a sugar near high or blood numa. Good medium for microorganisms to grow. It's microorganisms neba omudidimko neko. But there's hope. It's also in a sobation who see there's a lot of hope. It's a memory but it's a one shiny year dear any epoch could do pempen so ne do any fry and I chania dear. We don't want that to happen.
This is a thank you so much. Educating you. I'll see a new. And this is that's it.
Thank you so much
for coming on Vodafone Healthline.
Thank you.
Hey, yes, you are dear. One should castle should have a bomb or say, Yen Suya dear, Casabra Hospital brow, Monconam Susu, a situation and no name, start with Rebellion Susu. And you, Yanko Homus, Mamma Cobavia, there is more to come.
So this morning, Ernest Abugre is going to have a surgery. Ernest is a young man who has a growth at the back of the brain, and the location of the growth affects his motor movement. So you find that he's very wobbly when he walks, and also affects the movement of the eye. And it's like he has a squint. One eye is looking in one direction, the other eye is looking in another direction. And he's also weak in the lower extremities. From the imaging that we've done, from the MRI, it looks like it's a benign lesion. That is, it's not cancer. But we can be 100% sure of surgery when we've taken some of the growth and sent it to the lab for the pathologist to tell us exactly what kind of tumor it is.
All right. Is the site correct?
Yes, please.
Is that the optimal positioning?
Yes, please.
We are good to go.
All right.
The tumor looks benign. That is not cancerous. But by virtue of the fact that it was in the posterior fossa, it makes the surgery very delicate. And the tumor was actually pressing on the brainstem, which is a very, very delicate part of the brain. So there was the outer aspect of the tumor that was attached to the brainstem that, for safety reasons, we needed to leave behind.
This whitish thing, that's part of the tumor. This is normal brain. The cerebellum, there and there. And this is the tumor that we see in whitish tumor.
But I think we got about 95% of the tumor out. The tumor has been there for at least a decade, and was actually pushing on the brain, the cerebellum, and also the brainstem. So it was good that we we got it out. He's going to be at the intensive care for a day or two, and then subsequently you go to the ward where rehabilitation starts. He's going to sort of relearn how to walk and coordinate his movements. And I think that the outcome, the prognosis, is very good. This tumor, for most tumors, we don't know exactly what causes it, but we know there are risk factors that predispose to tumors. There are certain genes that, if you have them, will predispose you to one tumor type or the other. As I said, this tumor is benign, and it's really good news for Nessa Abugre.
Abdul has had his surgery and will keep you updated with his progress. In the meantime, our fitness coach is ready. Over to you, Mabna.
Hello viewers, I'm very happy to be here with you again on this episode. I want to show you a few exercises that you can do to prevent some of these lifestyle diseases that we've heard about, especially type 2 diabetes. And before I even do the demonstration, I want to stress on the fact that you don't necessarily have to do exercises. You can be broader and do physical activities. So you can go for walks with your children. You can play football in the house, handball in the house. You can play with water, anything. Just keep the children active. You know, if you don't do it, you cannot tell them to do it. And it's very difficult for them to understand when you take them to someone to train them to do it when mommy or daddy is not doing it, because you're their first role model. So I expect every mom and dad, in fact, I plead with every mom and dad, that if you notice that your child is becoming a little obese, you have to take the bull by the horn. Do it yourself so they will observe and be convinced and want to do it. Thank you. All right, so for today, let me turn here so they see what I'm going to do. Hi, Frema. Hi, doctors. Okay, so I want to show you something very simple you can do. Very simple. 10 minutes a day, and you're gone. Okay. The first one is planks. Okay, I'm sure you've all heard so much about planking. It is one of my favorite exercises because it works. Now you're going to go on your elbows. Elbow on the floor, palms on the floor. Your elbow and your shoulder should be in the same line. Okay. So you're going to lift your body off the floor, supported by your elbow and your toes. So this is a plank. Are you seeing? Your back should be tabletop, such that if someone wants to put a coffee cup on it, it won't topple over. So tabletop, and you count. You can start from 10 seconds, 20 seconds, whatever you can do. Planks help, it builds the whole body, but it helps with your core. And that seems to be the biggest problem. If you haven't reached this level, you can go on your knees, especially if you have just had a baby and you need to lose weight. You have to start from on your knees, right here, shoulder, elbow in the same line, head up, eyes to the ground, so that your spine is, in its natural position. And you can start from 20 seconds, 60 seconds, whatever you can do. This is a plank. Please try it.
Now when I tried it, when I tried this some time ago, Charlie, me bani betina mechi come here.
Oh, na me banu. Enya kitwa nimpo 13 kg no. Otna mechi. Hey. And so I am extra weight. He makes that, and the thing is, it makes the thing a little bit more challenging for you.
So when they do that, should you still keep them straight?
Oh yeah.
Hey yo.
Just like this. If you were able to go here and your baby is on your back now, you just have to bring your knees down so you protect your back. Your spine you'll be compromised, so you have to protect your back. So this is a plank. I'll show you one more thing that's very quick, but also very beneficial. We call it inchworm. To say, abwa
Okay.
So you start from here, and it's a very safe exercise. Any age can do it. When we are kwalao, so you come down but you keep your knees straight. You keep your spine in its proper position. You see, I'm not bending. I'm not slouching. I'm straight. You go all the way down. Then you crawl. And you're here. See? So when you're moving from here, same thing. Keep your knees straight. Crawl.
Ma'am, now if you can't touch your toe, I say what?
Oh,
is there a simpler form for this one?
Crash. There. The fantastic thing about this is, if your level is not here, you can actually put maybe a mattress or something so that the distance between your arms and the thing, makes it easy for you to crawl all over here. And there are variations. You can get here, decide to go on the side, go on the opposite side. You can decide to lift your bum. You can decide to bring it down. All kinds of arm up, leg up. And no exercise more. And no variations. No who decided so baby 30 seconds. 30 seconds. You turn to this side. 30 seconds. You turn there. 30 seconds. You come back. Hold it here. 30 seconds. Go on your elbow. Another 30 seconds. Come up. Lift your arms. Before you go here. By the time you are up, you spent about 3 minutes on the floor. And you're building your entire body. Where a build muscle no. As muscles ne air building, not fat no air co. Muscles ne build it replaces space now fat no. Abe occupy no. Tina fat no air fuel system no. And no never boa. Ama ye arteries ne blood ne nyamana was say free no a flow no ebe koso. Are you understanding? I hope you're getting what I'm saying, I really hope you get, because it's important. At least 10 minutes of exercise a day. You need it. I hope that I have taught you something, especially you three.
You have.
I thought today was
I wish that I could call
Frema.
you to come and join me.
No.
I thought today was for
We
Frema.
warned you from the beginning. Today we're in high heels. We're watching.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah.
Wait, oh dear.
Please do it. Why?
Yeah, that's it, baby, Mabna.
Thank you.
Hey.
Thank you very much.
If you are as fit as Mabna after giving birth only 5 months ago, you are blessed. Sharp.
Thank you.
She's a physical evidence of the fact that physical activity and exercise actually does play a big role.
It does.
Not only
It
looking
does.
as good as she does, but ensuring that that lifestyle problem is out of the way. Thank you once again.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Adia wakaindi wa mama this one sumeye, because I can't preach it here and not do it myself.
Exactly.
The show is about to come to a close once again. Dr. Folsom and Dr. Yali and myself. But before we go, nutrition tip for you today is regarding the children. It's so difficult to give them vegetables. Literally, they won't eat it, especially those that are fussy. There are a lot of tricks up my sleeve, but I'll share just one with you. If most children that do not like vegetables will like some form of protein, some like beans, some like chicken or fish or something, find that protein that they like. Then find a good whole grain or a good whole food like sweet potato or yam, even plantain, anything starchy. So in one go, what I'm going to show you, you give them everything. Cut those vegetables as colorful as possible, please, into little tiny bits that they cannot pull out, make it difficult for them to take out. Then add flavors that they enjoy, which you already know. My daughter likes garlic. Interestingly, she's not even 2 years old. She loves garlic. So you add a bit of garlic if they like chilies, whatever their flavor choice is. Some children do, eh?
Not me.
Oh, mind us. Anyway, back to what I was saying. And then add a little bit of the sweet potato, the protein of choice. Make it a little bit more so that when they take a bite, they think they are chewing the chicken that they like. But you've sneaked in those vegetables and that carbohydrate that they are running away from. Make it into a party, like almost like that shape, like burger-shaped thing. All right? If you want to bind it, eggs work well. If you are vegan, you can just put in flour and a little of water. Shape it into a nice ball. Shallow fry it or bake it. It works like magic. It did for mine. Well, all too soon.
Good show.
Let's keep the conversation going on our social media handles. And remember, this show was proudly brought to you by Vodafone. The future is exciting. Ready? We'll see you next week.
The future is exciting. Ready?